All right, welcome back. A disturbing commercial is airing in Canada. It celebrates the government's assisted suicide program. Take a look.
It can take dying to figure out what living is actually like. Even now, as I seek help to end my life, with all the pain, and in these final moments, there is still so much beauty. You just have to be brave enough to see it.
I mean, are they trying to convince people to kill themselves? The ad was put out by Canadian retailer Simons, which called the decision of a terminally ill woman to seek medically assisted suicide the most beautiful exit. Since 2016, when the Medical Assistance in Dying program became legal in Canada, more than 30,000 Canadians have ended their lives. And it's not just the terminally ill. People with disabilities can just apply to kill themselves now. Last month, a Canadian man with a disability applied after facing eviction from social housing, claiming that he preferred euthanasia to homelessness. Next year, Justin Trudeau's government will expand it to anybody who claims they have a mental illness. And it makes you question some of these claims. Sheila Gunn Reid is the editor-in-chief of Rebel News in Canada, and she joins us now. Sheila, it's good to have you on. Let's talk about the ad for a second. It really shows how dark the left has become. I mean, they're trying to almost make it sexy to kill yourself.
You know, what you're seeing here is the corporate manifestation of the completely entrenched culture of death that we see before us here in Canada. You know, as Canadians, the idea that a clothing company would do an advertisement for medical assistance in dying, frankly, it doesn't shock us, because we live in a society where Justin Trudeau's government has, as you pointed out in your intro, made it very easy to just end your time on this earth. They've removed the 10-day wait time from when you ask for medical assistance in dying and when you receive it. So your worst day could be your last day. And when I say medical assistance in dying, that doesn't mean that this is going to be administered by a doctor that knows you. It can be done by a nurse or a medical professional, which may mean a pharmacist. And so what you're seeing here, this corporation that is promoting this is all part and parcel of the rewrite of our society here at the hands of Justin Trudeau.
You know, it's interesting. You talk about how they're letting people, there's no wait period. It kind of reminds you of the idea of just allowing an 8-year-old to get a mastectomy and not letting the parents even have a say in it. It lines up with a lot of that. These are the same people that want to allow, you know, abortion, elective abortion until, you know, full birth. Even if the kid comes out alive, you can let the child die on the table. It aligns with so much of their mentality. And you see it from the left all the time. I think they want a world with far fewer people. But they're so worried about climate change. They don't want to have children anymore. It's kind of like a death cult.
You know, let this be a warning to our American friends. This is a snapshot into exactly what comes from publicly funded, government-controlled healthcare. It's a neat little trick that they're doing here. So the government creates your suffering through rationed, government-controlled healthcare. And then when you get in such a precarious position that you cannot endure the lack of care anymore, the solution is you reach out to the government who created the problem that you're suffering through, and you say, I'm done, I can't do this anymore. And then the government says, you know, yes, fine. Because in Canada, you don't have to be terminally ill to access medical assistance in dying. You just have to be dissatisfied with the level of care you're getting for the condition you are suffering. Guess what? Yeah. This is Canada, and healthcare is suffering here. Mm-hmm. You mentioned babies. You know, this is not just allowing babies to die on the table. In Canada, doctors have suggested in parliamentary hearings that parents of sick babies should be allowed to access medical assistance in dying. Normal societies call that infanticide. Yeah. But in liberal progressive Canada, it's being completely normalized.
Yeah. It shouldn't surprise anybody. We've been moving down this road for quite some time. It's horrifying. Sheila, thank you so much for coming on. Good to see you.
Thanks for your interest in this.
Yeah.